Beautiful to see all of you. We're going to have a time here in presence with spirit to help clear the mind, to help allowing the right mind to lead. As we go within, we do empty the mind. Empty the mind of everything it thinks, and everything it thinks it knows. Hold on to nothing. As we practice, learn to be obedient to guidance, follow guidance. We can see the ego as it's a very impulsive part of us. It just does things without praying, of course. The ego doesn't know what prayer is. So we need to see this pattern and say, you can say the words, "Are you sure?" to ourselves as we go along, before we just impulsively do things based on our ego's preference. Could you sit for a minute and say, "Are you sure? Am I sure?" Because we do need to open the mind to spirit, to be able to hear spirit. It's not an automatic thing that comes into our mind. Suddenly it's an intent to sit with. Are you sure? Good question. That gives the Holy Spirit a chance to speak to us. And if you have been given a teacher or a holy companion, or you have a relationship, this relationship is very useful as well. Alongside with practicing within, it's also to use the relationship to make contact, to maybe ask questions sometimes, ask for help with guidance. Very welcome. We can allow for questions or prayers. If anyone has anything you would like to dive into. Mona?
Yes, good morning. Yeah, everything has been on topic today. I had a really holy encounter yesterday that really brought home to me how the external is not what it seems. And it's so profound, the healing this morning, but there's still fear. So I just want to share a little bit so I can relax with all of this, because it's still, some of it is in my head. And so we were having a really lovely walk and a lovely conversation, and he's into this emotional and healing trauma. And then after a lovely encounter, suddenly something in me shut down, started feeling restless. Shall I stay with him? Shall I go? Maybe I'm hungry, maybe I need, all of these patterns that I noticed before. But then when I came home, I thought that's not okay, because it's like a curtain came down between me and him. And I really shared with him, it was beautiful. I said to him, this is a pattern for me. There is a certain level of closeness that I allow myself, because I wasn't physically attracted to him. I thought it's going to be okay. But the mind is still afraid of intimacy, real intimacy, obviously. But it occurs as if it's physical. So I shared that with him, that, this cutoff point comes where the barriers all come up, and it occurs like hunger or, physical needs. But actually, it's like a massive decision to disconnect. Like beyond this barrier, there's no connection. Like I made this decision a long time ago. Yeah, so that pattern is there. And also when he was talking about healing touch, and I was like, whoa, you're not touching me.
Maybe that's what
No
brought
way.
it up.
And it was bizarre because I'm in no way attracted to him, so it shouldn't be frightening. But the idea of touching was like a big no. So that pattern became very obvious to me, and Holy Spirit worked with me today, this morning, very early this morning, about these patterns, which to me are still abuse and trauma, but it took me all the way to the woundedness, the deep wound, and I stayed with that wound. And it really became clear to me, at least a glimpse of it. It's the wound of disconnecting from God. It's the wound of, that is the biggest wound of all. And it appears like right at the top of my head, and it's twisted, and my top of my head is all closed up to God out of fear. But when you said the lesson, the fear of God, just came in, and it was very beautiful. And I saw that all that fear, it appears in my back as solid fear. It's like the ego's device. It's not my device, but it's like the ego's device to protect the body.
Yeah, exactly. And does the body need protection?
Yes,
this is very inspiring to me. This is exciting, because
yes,
when you come to this point, you realize, what am I protecting?
yes,
And
yes.
why am I bringing in a gap? Why am I shutting off love here? And I think you need to be very gentle with yourself here, not necessarily even explain it with the past always, but be just gentle and say, okay, now I seem to become afraid of love again. But you want to heal, and you are healing this. And just this morning, looking at this, you're onto it now, and you don't want to create this gap, and it's in the mind, but it seems to be for you and somebody else that you put it up, and you saw it was probably when he started to talk about healing touch that you
physical. I have to say, it's still difficult being physically close to men, and if I'm afraid of a touch of someone, I don't want anything from him. Really, we're talking about healing. I have to be super gentle. It's not easy, but I've come to terms with it, because in the physical, it's super intense and super, sadly, the ego still has a grip on that aspect of the healing. So, but I wanted to talk about it just to be able to relax a little bit about it and just laugh. Laugh with the angels. What's happening? I'm still afraid of physicality and touching and sexual intimacy and the rest of it, but I want to laugh with the angels a little bit. look at that, as if I am a body. It's as if I am a body. Still feels real.
And sometimes, you know, the Holy Spirit will send you a friend that you feel you have very spiritual and strong connection with, an enjoyable, inspiring connection where you can talk about everything and explore even the fearful things, you know, gently to talk about them, you know. I think that's how it goes when you ask for healing. And so maybe you see him again and have another.
Actually, that is a prayer I want to offer right now. I feel like I do need a mighty companion who is also, well, I can talk about the spiritual aspect of things, because this mighty companion is decidedly about healing trauma. And I'm really past that. I mean, yesterday I said to Holy Spirit, there can't be two orders of reality. I really have to just embrace the reality, because I automatically allow myself, this is my son, this is my daughter, and this is what's happening. No, it's just, no, I'm never gonna heal. If at a conscious level I allow the separation to be true for me, I'm not going to heal. So I'm going home now wholeheartedly, but I feel like I need to experience that with someone I can talk about the course with, or at least the metaphysics of it, because that is very, very important. It's so close to my heart. You know, the metaphysics of this course just moves me to my core. And I don't feel I can get emotional. I don't feel I can talk about it with people around me. So that is a prayer to be able to talk about what is really important to me and close to my heart.
I just want to say, wave and say, here we are. Yeah.
Imagine if there was a place where everyone would like to talk about metaphysics with you.
We will see what Jesus has for me. Yes.
Yeah, we love you, Mona.
I love you too, and I feel that, you know, a union is coming soon.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you.
Let it come. Yeah. You're beautiful. I think maybe we just take a moment again with the lesson. God is my Father, and his Son loves him. God is my Father, and his Son loves him. Father, I must return your love for me. Forgiving and receiving are the same. And you have given all your love to me. I must return it, for I want it mine in full awareness, blazing in my mind and keeping it within its kindly light, inviolate, beloved, with fear behind and only peace ahead. A beautiful prayer. How still the way your loving Son is led along to you. We can take this in even now, even after some intense thoughts have been moving through. Brother, we find that stillness now. The way is open. Now we follow it in peace together. You have reached your hand to me, and I will never leave you. We are one, and it is but this oneness that we seek as we accomplish these few final steps which end the journey that was not begun. Love is our source, and we love it. Thank you all for joining in today. Have a beautiful day and night wherever you are. And we'll stay on with you, Marie-Louise, for a little bit.
Just a reminder that we are taking a break now from Zoom sessions. So and if anyone hasn't been receiving our emails with these, please let us know. We'll make sure that you get on the newsletter list.
So Thursday the 24th, we begin again. See some of you in Sweden. It will be lovely.